Kelley Jean from the band Tight, and you're listening to Radio Like You Want.
I'm back with Kelley Jean on Radio Like You Want. Now, she has taken over the reins of the group Tight, a band that was forged in mayhem, but which now is coming into focus. But Kelley, I got to ask you a little bit about you. You've got this television show, Detroit Dungeon. So are you coming more from the pornography aspect, from the titillating burlesque aspect? Are you coming from the S&M aspect? What is the Kelley Jean story?
I was born and raised in Michigan, and my dad was always in rock and roll bands, so I grew up around music. I spent a lot of times at bars when I was younger, like setting up the stage or taking down the stage, or, at house parties, I'd be sleeping on the coats in the back room when I was in first grade. Then I started to do musical theater. I was kind of a geek growing up. I did plays, and I starred in Peter Pan. I was the star of Annie. I was in Oliver. I was actually the lead role of Oliver.
I was in Oliver, too. I was one of the chorus guys.
Oh my
Right? Where they sing about food, glorious food. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is there any plans to make a Tight musical? Wouldn't that be amazing?
That would be a trip. I mean, I would be so down, but I don't know if anybody else would. They'd rather drink and fucking hit each other all the time.
Well, maybe that's what the musical could be about.
After high school, I worked all these odds and ends jobs. I wasn't making a lot of money, and I became an adult entertainer. I started working in these strip clubs and stuff. So my musical career and all my dreams of being in music kind of took a back burner. And I worked in that industry for a long time, and I really liked the industry, and I really made it work for me because I was on top of things. I ended up starting my own business. It's MotorCityDolls.net. I've owned the business for 14, 15 years now. We do bachelor parties. We do promotional modeling. We do domination shows. We do just about anything that anybody calls and needs girls for, I have.
Now, do you like to be the dominator or the dominated?
Dominator.
The band was sort of split into kind of femmier girls and then more kind of tough girls, right?
Yeah.
So you've kind of taken on more of the tough girl role in there.
I'm a natural born leader, and I've been around the block a time or two, so, I feel that everybody has a lesson to learn from me if they just listen.
What would be the dream, ultimately? I mean, now we've hashed the idea for this musical. Any other great ideas? I'd love to see you guys make a movie, that follows up on the adventures of the band, but I would love to see some real sex in it, honestly, because I think that kind of remained untapped.
Well, I think what the plans are is I think they're going to be releasing it, to the public, and they're going to be doing an R-rated version, and I think that they're going to eventually be releasing the X-rated part because there were X-rated scenes filmed. We're trying to be taken a tad bit seriously in the music world, so they're just releasing the R-rated version for now.
Well, Kelley, I take you seriously whether your clothes are on or off. If you have any parting words you'd like to throw at the people, feel free.
Well, if anyone's listening from Detroit, I just want to add that I do own a party bus company as well, goodlifelimo.com, so if anybody needs some sweet transportation, then they can look me up there. I'm excited to be promoting this band. I'm excited to be part of it, and I do think that they should do a part 2, and they should follow me around with cameras because I'm a damn interesting person. And
Kelley, is your life just like a fantasy? What are you into just for amusement? Is it just a wild sexual cavalcade? I always wonder that with adult stars. Do you get jaded to it after a while? Is it not as interesting, or is every day just still cocks and pussies?
Well, I actually have a really good balance of family life. I do own a house, and I have a child. Well, he's a teenager, but I have a family life. So I do, the things in the office, and I cook and I clean and I shop and I do all the mom things. And then when the weekend comes around, it's just like, it is crazy. It's nuts. I own a stripper company, so I've got all these hot girls here at any given moment, and our parties are wild. So, nothing shocks me anymore. We also have the party bus. So, I mean, it is all sex, drugs, and rock and roll on the weekends. But then I ground myself, and on the weekdays I handle business and I stay professional.
I see. So is your teenage son just like a kid in a candy store with all these kind of damaged girls wandering around half naked? Does he get to exploit that?
He never really makes any comments about it, so I'm not really sure how he feels, but I haven't rubbed anything into his face. I've always kept everything, on the side. He'll be 17, so I've had some conversations with him within the last year about where my life has been and where it may be going, and he's a little bit more clued in now, but I'm sure that at his age he doesn't mind the half-naked girls here on the weekends at all.
You've got a party bus, you've got beautiful girls, you've got a rock band. Where have I been this whole time? I've been wandering in the desert.
Well, next time you come to town, you got to contact me because then you won't be bored at all.
I wish you great good luck with this band, Tight. And,
thank you.
And thank you so much for talking to me.
I like nudity. There's one major thing that we have to plug that we can't forget about, and that is the Tight Band website, with basically Tight Band.
Feel like you want. All right, I'm here with Kelley Jean from the band Tight. Kelley Jean, welcome to Radio Like You Want.
What's up, baby?
Maybe you should tell me what kind of wild adventures you guys have gotten in since the filming, now that you've joined the band.
They filmed the movie Tight in 2010, and since then the lead singer she's got married, she had a baby, and she kind of dropped out of the project, and now that the movie is being released, it's getting a lot of press, it's getting a lot of notoriety, everybody wants to ask questions and stuff, and she's not around to do so. The main experience I've had with the band was with Layla LaBelle. We went to New York, and we practiced for the night, and then we went to the Howard Stern show together in the morning, where we performed live, and we ended up winning, the grand prize, which was $10,000 together. So at this point, I practiced, I know my part, I know that the band knows their part, but we have yet to really get together as a group.
Okay, so you're the singer now, and you replaced Monica Mayhem. She left, got married, had a baby. You've taken over as the singer in the band. Now, I'm assuming that you're an adult performer, right, Kelley?
I am an ex-adult performer.
Ex-adult performer. And Layla LaBelle, she played guitar and was, I believe, from Montreal. I actually watched the film, and Layla, she seemed like kind of the least popular of the group. So I'm surprised that she's still in there because everyone was so angry at her throughout the movie. They kept smacking her and shouting at her.
I think, Layla, she's very young. She's very artsy. She's very driven. She wants to do her own music. She wants to do her own thing. And I think when these girls toured together, just the combination of all of them together and being in this tour bus and stuff, I'm sure that it brought on a lot of, just feelings and emotions and anger. And Layla was like the young one, and she was getting picked on an awful lot. I guess all the girls thought she was a total bitch, but I liked Layla. I thought she was really cool, but I only had one night with her, so who knows?
Is it the same rhythm section in the band? Tell me the other girls' names. It's Alicia.
She was the drummer. Tuesday Cross is playing bass, and Monica Mayhem was the vocalist. It's the same lineup. The problem that I'm finding with trying to get this band together right now is the fact that these girls live all around the country, So in order to get us together as a group to perform, it's going to cost somebody a lot of money, You
guys are just waiting for the right offer to get you all in the same place at the same time. It was kind of put together by Bree Olson, another adult star. Sometimes it felt like the scenes were staged and she wasn't actually the one putting the band together. What's the secret of this band?
Well, I wasn't there, so I'm not actually sure. I was asked to just be the singer and to replace Monica, so not being there for the filming, I'm not exactly sure how it all went down. It was a few months of mayhem and chaos and a lot of drinking, a lot of fighting. I'm not sure if anything was staged. It could have been. It may not have been. I really can't tell you.
Would you say the genre for the band is kind of like 80s hair metal? Is that the kind of music that you all love and cherish, or what is the band trying to do musically here?
I like to think that it's blues rock. Is what I would like to think it is. You know, I mean, some of like my influences are like Led Zeppelin, the Black Crowes. You know, like a bluesy, fun party rock. We call it hair band music, though.
Well, you all have great hair, though. What would you say is your best song? What's the one we should be playing on the radio?
That's the song that was on the Howard Stern show, because a lot of people were calling into the Howard Stern show, and they said that they really liked it and stuff. It's called Yellow Line Fever, which is about basically a band being on the road and missing home, but loving being on the road. Yellow Line Fever.
Are there any recorded versions of this? How can our audience hear this material?
Now, you know what's wild is they're going to be releasing two different mixes. They're going to be releasing a mix with Monica Mayhem doing vocals, and then they're going to be releasing one of my vocals called Life of the Party. What's crazy is I've never heard the versions that Monica recorded.
This is Tight with Yellow Line Fever, the Kelley Jean version on Radio Like You Want.
If you go on YouTube and you go youtube.com/motor50doll, it brings up my page, and there'll be a playlist called Tight, and it's all my recordings that I did for the band.
Oh, great. Okay, so we'll have some stuff to play.
I'm looking a lot forward to getting to hang out with Bree Olson. I got to perform the national anthem for the Charlie Sheen show when he started his tour. He started here in Detroit. There was a radio contest, and you had to upload your national anthem version to YouTube, and Charlie Sheen got to pick who sang the national anthem, and I was one of those girls that were chosen. It was me and another girl. You know, when he got on stage, it was kind of very confusing to everybody because nobody knew what the hell was going on. It was very Andy Kaufman. Everybody was like, what the hell is this? People walked out and they were pissed. CNN News quoted that the national anthem was the best part of the Charlie Sheen show.
Well, Kelley, did you get to meet Charlie Sheen? Did Bree introduce you? Is Bree still part of the management team here with Tight?
Yes, she is. I know that we are getting together in October on the 4th. The movie Tight premieres at the Palms in Vegas for the Cinefest 2012, and I'm hoping that Bree will be there. I know for a fact that Tuesday Cross, the bass player, will be there. So hopefully we'll have some cameras rolling and we'll get to pick up all the crazy footage out there because I'm sure it's going to be really, really wild.
We've talked about music. Let's talk about sex. One thing they didn't have in the movie was the girls having sex with each other. They occasionally had sex. There's an interesting point in the film when the girls run out of money, and so one of them has to go and do a scene. Are there ever those wonderful moments of passion when you guys are out on the road, you're bored, and you just start making out with each other?
I know from being on the Howard Stern show and what Layla said, because Howard had asked her the same thing, and she said yes, that she had sex with a couple of the girls in the band, but she wouldn't say who it was.
Wow, because they were so mean to her. I thought she would be the last one, but maybe that was part of the whole thrill.
I don't know. I'm into chicks, so I'm like willing to experiment. Let's bring it on. Let's see what happens.
You could also literally be naked on stage, have sex with each other. How far are you guys going to go down the path of really exploring all of the ins and outs, if you will, of being a porn star rock band? Because really, who wants to be taken seriously as a musician anymore? It's the worst job in America.
I would like to prove everybody wrong who looks at porn stars and say, hey, these girls, you know, they're all about sex. You know, I look at them and I see tits and I see ass. Personally, I've been performing my entire life, and I take them very, very seriously. So I'm hoping once I get the chance to meet up with these girls and, you know, sing for them and just get in a room with them, and I'm just hoping that they feel a good vibe and that they think, hey, you know, maybe we can be taken seriously. Maybe this can be something big. And in my opinion, it will be something big, as long as they take my lead and follow. And then I'm going to rape them all. Oh,
We got to play another track from Tight. What's the song we should be playing?
down to the bottom.
Down to the Bottom on Radio Like You Want.